What up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino. And here on a Sunday night, man, y'all are tuned in to my channel, Real K-Rino, and I'm happy to have y'all here, even though y'all not here yet. Because I just popped up on y'all. Y'all didn't know I was coming, so the only way you'll hear what I'm saying right now is if when the stream is over, you go back to the beginning just to see what I might have said before the people actually showed up. But so I'm talking to y'all, but I'm really not talking to y'all because technically there's nobody here to talk to. But I'm speaking into the future tense that I'm talking to somebody who might eventually show up. So wrap your mind around that real quick, and we'll get going. I'm gonna do a little housekeeping first, a little housekeeping, cleaning, whatever it is. Just incredible fantasy. First one in the door. I see you. I want to do a few little commercial breaks before we get started, man. Y'all hit the like button before you come in. Hit the like button before you come into the room. And subscribe to both these podcasts, the Legends 34 podcast and the Underground Dialogue podcast. My bad. Y'all go subscribe to both these podcasts right now. But hit that like button for y'all who just coming in. And we'll get it popping, man. We'll get it popping like firecrackers on the 4th of July. Open topic. I want to give a strong shout out to all our people in the city of San Antonio, Texas, man. San Antonio, y'all showed us major love last night. It was great to be in San Antonio, as it always is. San Antonio is always one of those cities where the love and the energy is always there. And we appreciate it. We appreciate it. I wish I could have got there a little earlier to the venue to kind of mix and mingle with the people, but your big brother wasn't really feeling too hot when I got there, so I kind of lingered around and chilled until I was able to just power up just a little bit, slept a little bit, and then got to the spot. Got to the spot in decent enough time, but enough time to hang out with the people. Man, I'm a man of the people, man. I'm just gonna keep it a thigh wild with y'all, man. I'm a man of the people. So the biggest part of the show is the people. The people are the show. Ain't no show without the people. But a lot of artists take the approach that the people are only just, y'all are just pieces that lead to me being able to put some money in my pocket. That's all y'all are to me. So if y'all spend y'all hard-earned money on a ticket to the show, or if you pay at the door, or buying music, however you buy it, buying merch, however you buy it, that's all y'all are to me. That's how some artists think. Y'all job is to just give me money. That's it. Not taking into account, dude, it's more than just the people just giving you money, man. And I know a lot of artists, they don't take the time to engage with the audience, to engage with the people. They don't mix and mingle with the people, and because they don't feel like they have to. And the sad part about it is, it's really true that they don't have to. Now, I don't want y'all to misunderstand the context that I'm coming from when I say that. I'm not saying that they shouldn't give the audience some of their time. You should. That's in my opinion. Anybody who puts you in a position to have a bunch of money, They put you in a position to drive a nice car. They put you in a position to live in a nice house. They put you in a position to afford a particular lifestyle. Hey man, y'all want to go to Miami this weekend? Let's go. Everybody can't do that. So I feel that you do have an obligation to the fans, man. I mean, it's like, come on, man, you got to give them some type of interaction, just from the standpoint of showing appreciation for the people who are literally your employers. They're literally your bosses. They are the ones who pay you. You are on the payroll of the fans. You're on the fans' payroll. So at the very least, man, how hard is it to just be nice to somebody and take a picture? How hard is it to just smile and sign a poster? How hard is it, if time permits, to just engage in a little friendly conversation? Time, that's what I say, if time permits, because as an artist, I understand a lot of times you got people coming this way, coming in, and everybody wants a piece of you. Everybody wants to talk. Everybody wants to engage with you because they got love for you. They appreciate you. You don't know what your music has done for them. So if you're not being conscious of the effect and the impact that the music that you've been blessed to make, that God bless you to make, if you're not being cognizant of the impact that that music had on the people who listen to it, and they just want to express that to you, they just want to give you that, let them give it to you, man, and show appreciation for it. So my deal is to understand that, hey, yeah, it's about making money, because I'm an independent artist. I'm independent. I've been independent since 1986. All I really have ever known was independence. Only one time in my whole career did I sign with another label, and even that label was an independent label. I just signed basically with that label because of the investment opportunities that they afforded me. They had a big budget, and they had a few connections that I didn't have at the time. So it made business sense for me. It made business sense for me to say, okay, well, you know what? These people want to give me some bread, and they want to put this big budget behind my project. They carry more weight than me. Why would I turn that down? I found out later it wasn't the best move. But my point is, that only lasted 1 year of my life, of my career. A career that has now spanned 40 years, right? So for 39 out of the 40 years I've been doing this so far, I've been an independent, self-owned artist, right? I don't work for nobody but y'all. I work for y'all. So it's up to me to make sure that when my bosses come to town, when my employers come to town, when my investors come to town, y'all are my investors. We use the word fans. We use the word supporters, which is cool. I say fans, but I don't really lean towards that word. But y'all are our investors. Y'all invest y'all time and money into us. When we are in the presence of our investors, we need to treat them with respect. So San Antonio was always a blessing for me, always a great city. And we had great fun and great energy last night. Same way. This is open topic, man. Justin says, feels nice to be the first one. Yeah, you were the first one. First comment. Y'all click that like button. Phantom Face came sliding in right behind you. Then the original boss lady came in third. So we got gold, silver, and bronze. Homie Rick Tim, Sunny Side. I see you. Lady Trill. Lady Trill was in the building last night. Repping hard. Justin got the first question. What's your best strategy to get over a broken up friendship? My friend has been very sad. Very since a good friend of his told him he didn't want to be friends anymore. So these two guys, right? Well, the first thing we have to do in that situation is do our best to not think selfishly. What do I mean by that? If somebody tells you that they don't want to be your friend no more, the first thing that's going to come to our mind is thinking about how it impacts us. Like you said, he's sad, he's feeling bad, he hurt. Oh man, my boy don't even mess with me no more, man. Oh man, that's messed up. And sometimes we'll take that approach, man, that's messed up, man. I ain't never done nothing, man. And well, that's how he feel then, man. That's, you know, or you might just take it as you just hurting sad that your homie don't rock with you no more. You ain't saying nothing bad about him. But that's slightly a selfish approach, because the first thing we should wonder is, well, I wonder what's going on with my friend. Because why would he just out the blue decide he don't want to be friends? Did I do something to offend my friend unknowingly? Let me think back. Did I say something? Did I do something? Did I not do something? Was I not there in a time where he or she may have been calling out for me to be there, but maybe not indirectly, and I dropped the ball and I didn't catch it? And they was like, nah, they took offense to that, and I didn't know. Or it was something that my friend expected me to pick up on that I didn't pick up on, and they were like, shh, and you let them down. So the first thing to do is to think about what you may have done wrong, but secondly, what is my friend possibly going through? May not have nothing to do with you. Friend might be in a tough part in life that he can't even talk to you about. Something going on that he can't even confide in you about. Not that he don't trust you, not that he feels like you're gonna talk his business. It's just certain things that are in us sometimes that we just keep to ourselves, and like, I can't even express this. So you give him that space and respect that wish, even though you ain't feeling it, and you let him know, hey man, I respect what you're saying, man. You know, whenever you ready to be my boy again, be my girl again, I'm here, man. If you're going through something, man, let me know. Or you can ask him, did I do something wrong? Was it me? And that's all you can do after that. After that, you just pray for him and hope things come back around. Abilene, Texas. I see MC Josiah. Man, you say he also broke up with his girl. Oh boy, he going through it. Man, he lost his friend. He lost his woman. Hope he don't lose a job and a dog. Yeah, I mean, he gotta thug it out. He gotta thug it out. He just gotta man up and just, he going through a storm right now. Because people that you can lean on, but clearly you his friend too. So make sure you tell him what your big brother said, and then you make sure that you be there for him. Duke Togo, yeah, I was feeling kind of jacked up all week last week, and then yesterday I was cool. I was feeling, man, I was on point till I got in the car with Murder One and rode to San Antonio. And Murder One had the air condition on Alaska. And by the time I got to San Antonio, I was back on. I was out of there. But I'm not a person who believes in the mystery God. I don't believe in spookism. But I'll say this. I do believe that good energy has healing properties. I will say that I do believe that. So I received a lot of good energy from multiple sources last night. Because even when I got to the show last night, I was still I was dragging. I was dragging. I wasn't myself. Even when I was in there, when I walked in, but what happens is you walk in and you kind of settle in. Then I was on stage pretty quick because I got there kind of late. I missed Klondike Cat set. Me and Lady Trill, we missed Klondike Cat set. But once I hit the stage, and even on stage, I was still feeling a little, I still had the wolf on my back. You know, you feel that little, but now you're in the moment. The people in the crowd, they looking at you like, they don't know. They like, hey, man, this is what we came to see. Do you? So they give you love. They give you energy. They clap. They, they shout out. You hear them singing the words to the songs. And that energy, to me, it contributes to the vibes, the vibration. It contributes to healing, in my opinion. So by the time I came off stage, I still had a little wolf on me. The wolf was real big. By the time I got off stage, the wolf was just kind of like sitting. He was a little puppy wolf. By the time I got back to the room, I was feeling a lot better. I woke up today, it was more so, it was kind of like when you kind of first wake up sluggish. It wasn't like sick and achy. It was more when you kind of get up and you got to clear all of the crap out your face and all that, and all that stuff there. By the time I got up and walking around and stopped by the flea market, got me some more of these, I was good. So now what I'm dealing with now is just a little last of it, just little, I'm straight. I'm straight. Living in revelation. Magic mushrooms always cure depression for me. I ain't fooling with that. I ain't fooling with no magic mushrooms. I ain't gonna be able to do it. I just got through telling you I was kind of sick this week. I didn't take nothing outside of natural. I'll take medicine when I just feel like I'm just at the end. But I don't even do none of that. Idiot did act. Performers need to give it their all each time you are performing to the people who support you. I 100% agree with that. You got to do the best you can, man. Sometimes you don't always feel you're up to it, but that ain't them people fault. Them people paid $20 to get in. They like, hey, if I buy a ticket to see LeBron James, hey man, hey. Well, LeBron James, he's got a little headache tonight. He's not gonna play. You're like, what? Got to give your best, man. If your best is not good enough, then that's really not on you. That's just on the people to say, wait, man, I just wasn't feeling what you did tonight. But if you give your best, man, if you do the best you can, teach this to your children, man. Teach your children that no matter whatever it is, and teach it to yourself. Whatever it is that you do it to the best of your ability in that moment. Now, if you fall short some kind of way, if you don't come through, if you don't execute it perfectly, or you might not, you was off your game that night. Sometimes you off your game, man. I've done shows where I'm just off my game. It ain't got nothing to even do with not feeling well. Some days you're just off your game. But if you gave your best, you got to live with the results. Don't get up there just like Idiot did that. Don't get up there and give no half weak performance because you just trying to run through it, and because you cheating the people. Hey, y'all hit that like button if y'all ain't hit it yet. Everybody who have not hit the like button that's in here right now, click that like and subscribe to the channel and turn your notifications on. Don't give a half effort, man. People who come to see you. Because guess what? Speaking for myself, if I'm excited to go see somebody perform in whatever they do, but we'll keep it in music. I'm like, man, I've been waiting on this. I've been saving up. I've been waiting for 2 months to see this cat. And then he get out there and he get this little bootleg half weak performance. He just run through it. Could tell he don't put no effort into it, just gloss through. Oh man, I ain't going to see him no more. He'll never get another dollar out of me. So if you want to establish relationships, see, people talk about fan base. You always hear people talk about all the time, man, you got to build you a fan base. And they absolutely right. You build a fan base. You build a fan base, or what they call a core audience. Your diehards. You build that up. But what builds that up is that audience, though, that group of people recognizing the effort, the consistent effort, and the consistency of your performances and of your releases. When they see the work ethic, when they see the care, when they see that you care, they will attach themselves to you as core audience. That means they're going to always be there. Not fly by night, not casuals, not people just passing by. Oh, yeah, he had a cool little song I liked. I listened to him that 1 or 2 times. No, these people are there. They all up in the cracks of the album. They know songs that don't nobody know. They don't just know the song that's playing on the radio. They don't just know the song that was hot in the club. They know all your stuff. They know track 14 on your 3rd album. They're going to request songs from albums 15 years ago. They're the people who've been with you. So yeah, so that's on my mind because of San Antonio, because I see Hector's in the building. Hector was in the building last night. Shout out to all the family that are in this chat that actually, you know, was in the building. Hector was at Eagle Lake with us last week. We didn't have a crowd at Eagle Lake, but Hector was there. So that's my thing. People are gonna attach themselves to that which they recognize as being worthy. Like, oh no, this dude care. This dude care about us. Now the crazy part about it, fans will still attach themselves to the arrogant, stuck-up artist too. Because sometimes that artist, even though they might be that kind of person, their music is so good, you're like, whew, he's still jamming though. I asked her to take a picture with me and she mushed me out the way, but boy, I still love her music. Some people are just so talented, but I ain't built like that. Half still, what's up, Half? Speaking of core, speaking of foundational ride or die supporters that have been rocking for years, the homie Halfstein out of Iceland, y'all see him right there. I appreciate the donation. He said, treat friends like your girlfriends or boyfriends. If they don't want to be with you, let them go. That's a little harsh. Well, no, but he's actually right. You let them go, but you let them go gently. You don't push them out. Because if for whatever reason they say, well, I need to be to myself. Sometimes people say, man, I just need some me time. I can't do it. I need to get, you know, well, going on there. We'll get like that. But try to recognize what might be going on that you don't know about and just, all right, man, well, you know, I'm here for you. I'm here for you whenever you need me, brother. One love. And you let them go like that. Yeah. Jonathan Reed, I appreciate the love too. Your music changed my life. God changed your life. And if he used my music to do it, then all praise is due to Allah. And that only means God. Jonathan Reed, I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. And yeah, Lady Trill, fan does derive from the word fanatic. And when you see fanatic, we don't always associate that with being something good or positive. But a word or a derivative of a word can have many definitions, or it can have definitions that morph into different definitions, meaning that a fan doesn't have to be a negative word, because there are many people who are fans and many people who would self-proclaim that they are fans of this person. Oh man, I'm a Michael Jordan fan. Oh man, I'm a Kendrick Lamar fan. But they are not fanatics. They're regular people. But they will apply the label fan, meaning that I really like his music. I go to the shows when I can. I listen to him all the time. I'm a big supporter. I'm a fan. Oh man, love to meet you. Love to take a picture. Keep up the good work. And that's far as it goes. They're not peeking around corners. They're not hiding in your bushes at your house, at your mansion, and catching you on the elevator at your hotel. You know, they ain't crazy like that. Trust me, I deal with that type of stuff all the time. Going through it now. Hector says, good afternoon, big brother. Had a great time. He put great time in all caps, man. Sacred medicine. See, no, Hector, see, look. No, Living says sacred medicine. He touched about the magic mushroom. He said, y'all tore it up in San Antonio. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate you, man. See, the thing is, bro, far as Southpaw Coalition is concerned, we have always, when I tell you, I mean from day one, we pride ourselves on giving you a worthy experience. So even if it may be somebody in the building that never even heard of us, your friend might have said, man, come to this show. I want you to see these guys. Who are these guys? Man, I've been listening to these guys for years, man. Y'all gonna like them. And the friend don't know who we are. I feel like the friend will say, okay, yeah, they pretty good. They all right. The friend ain't gonna say we whack, because we pride ourselves on giving you a show. We gonna give it to you. We gonna perform for real. We not up there tipping around and lip syncing and halfway, you not giving you energy. We don't do that. When we step out there, I don't care which one of us it is. And like Hector said, you know, like, see, what's going on now, me, Point Blank, Cat, Cap, that's just 4 of us that are currently on this particular run. But y'all ain't seen Gangsta Nip yet. Y'all ain't seen PSK 13. Come on, man. Murder been coming hosting, but y'all ain't seen Murder perform. Y'all ain't seen Cliche. Y'all ain't seen, come on, man. Y'all ain't seen the true, like, energy in full display. We give you components of it. We all operate under the same mindset. We performing for real. We don't get up there playing around and taking y'all for granted. And it could be 5,000 in there, or it can be 40. You're going to get the same show. You're going to get the same show. Appreciate you, L. Totally hypnotic. I see y'all. Matt Greer. What's up, Matt? I told Matt don't be a stranger. Matt came through. This weekend, I see you. Appreciate the love. This open topic 96. We getting to 100 open topics, y'all. Toby Montgomery. Lady Trill, what advice would you give an up-and-coming artist? Don't be like nobody else. Because I don't like to be disrespectful. I love the youth. I love our young artists. I may not always like the music or, you know, relate to it, but the older people from the generation before me, they didn't relate to the music we liked. But I'm saying that to say that it maybe I'm that old dude now. A lot of this stuff sounds alike. If it's anybody in their 20s in the chat, sometimes we have people in the chat that's like in their 20s. We have a lot of young people in our chat. 20s and 30s, if y'all in here, let me know. Because I got a question I want to ask y'all. Phantom Face says, I was going for the first like, not the first comment. I wish I could monitor who dropped the likes, what order the likes came in. This weekend, 3 Gods from Worst Rapper Alive is timely relevant. I still play even up to date. Man, thank you, man. That was a goal of that song, to make sure that it could be played almost 20 years later, because we dropped that in 06. Okay, MC Josiah, you answered my question without even answering it. You say you're 26 years old. I need everybody that's in the chat that's in their 20s and 30s to let me know. I'll come back up to the comments, to the other comments that I passed over. Okay, Hattie B is 25 in 2 days. Happy future birthday. I can't say your name. Let's say Denzel, 34. This weekend is in my 20s. Okay, I want to ask the twin. I see nephew Jovan is in here. What? I want to know if I'm tripping. Does today's rap music, does it all sound alike to y'all? Or do y'all know, can y'all distinguish? I know a lot of people can because they say, oh no, that's such a, but it don't sound alike to y'all. I'm only asking the 20s and 30s. I know what my generation gonna say. So if you 45, 50, y'all ain't in this answer. But I want to know how that generation, that age demographic feels, because I'm not trying to be disrespectful. It's just when I hear one song, then it goes off and another one comes on. It's got the same tempo, the same auto tune effects, the same cadences in the flow. It's to me, it sound the majority of it sounds alike, not all of it. What do the 20 somethings say? Totally Hypnotic said yes. Jimmy said it does. Barry said it sucks, but I want to know how old y'all. Jovan said yeah. So a lot of the 20s in here, but maybe this might not be a good judge, because if you in here rocking with your big brother, you may not be on that anyway. Yeah, Baby Joker 33, Lady Trill 31. See, that's why I said 20s and 30s, because that's still kind of in that range that a lot of y'all listen. I just do want to know, man. I don't hate on nobody, but a lot of it sounds real similar to me. But them youngsters, they know the difference. They just say our stuff sounds the same. Nobody want to hear that old bippity bop, hippity bop, beat bop, boop bop, beat. Alfonso says, "Do you think the Houston Texans will make it to the Super Bowl?" Well, if you want the answer to that question, Alfonso, you need to subscribe to the Legends 34 podcast featuring DJ Rick and your big brother K-Rino. We already have about 13 episodes that are up on Legends 34. Y'all see it right on YouTube. Go subscribe to that channel. And we'll be discussing things like that, among other things. And you'll get the answer. Justin says, Nas or Ja Rule? I got to go with Nas on that one. Okay, now I'm going back. Corey Wells says, Corey, I'm going to let the chat answer that question for you. Corey says, are you voting in this election, Kay? He's asking me, y'all. Apologies if you covered it before. I talked about I talked bad about voting in the election. Was that last week or Friday? I can't remember. I talked bad about it. But yeah, I'm going to let the chat answer the question. Hey, y'all, am I voting in this year's election? I see Emmanuel Lott. Corey Wells asked me, was I voting in this year's election? I want y'all to answer. Like, nope. No, hell no. Nope. Nope. Health, no. Yeah, Friday. My family, they know me. These my family, Corey, so they know I ain't voting. I ain't voting. Open topic, man. Now, let me say this, Torrance. Yeah, there are exceptions to the rule. It's a lot of young 19, 20, 20-year-old, 25-year-old young spitters, man, that are original, different. They not on that same wave. Or if they on that wave, they still have originality within that. So yeah. Trust me, I ain't lumping I ain't lumping all our young people in the same boat. And I ain't disrespecting the ones that do. I just, not for me. Any plans on making more copies of the older CDs? Username. Now, which ones are you referring to? Because I always restock on a lot of my back catalog, my older stuff, but I may not go back too far. You may not see me with the Danger Zones and the No Mercies and the Stories from the Black Book all the time. You'll never see me with the self-title because that's the one I was talking about when I signed with the label. But I always keep all my other stuff. Rishi Acharya. Nepal, what's going on, family? Appreciate you from across the world. Jay De Niro 1 says it's dumbing the generation down. Jay the Flow is up in this thing. Miss Lady Sample says our music was written by drug sellers. My kids' music is written by drug users. It's an interesting way to look at it. But the music we listen to, a lot of drug users made that music too. Especially when you branch off into other genres, when you get into R&B, rock and roll, a lot of them cats was on cocaine, crack. A lot of the rappers, some people would argue weed is not a drug. These days, it absolutely is. If you had an argument then, before it got stepped on, if you had an argument then, you don't have one now because it's absolutely a drug. They've chemicalized the weed and stepped on it so bad that it's turning men feminine and women masculine. Totally Hypnotic. Been rocking with your big brother since you was a teenager. I see my homie DJ Rec is in the chat, man. Legends 34 podcast, man. Y'all subscribe to the podcast. Y'all sleeping. Y'all was sleeping on the Underground Dialogue podcast when we first hit the scene too. Y'all was sleeping, so I know sooner or later y'all gonna wake up on this Legends 34 and start showing love a little more. All right. Let's see what we got. Open topic, man. Whatever questions y'all ain't really asking a lot of questions and stuff tonight. But we got a few people in here. I love it when there's more likes than people, though. Y'all doing y'all job. Magnum Cyborg. Hold on, Phantom Face. Hold on, Phantom Face, because we ain't seen Magneticus Attracticus. You might have a new adversary up in here, Phantom Face. You got Magnum Cyborg logic. Brother K, what is your favorite K-Rino album and for what reason? Well, y'all know it changed, huh? I haven't even unpacked all my stuff from San Antonio. Hold on, I'll be right back. Hope y'all entertained yourself while I was gone. How long was I gone? About 25 seconds in Earth time. If I was gone 25 seconds in Earth time, the portal that I went through to go get what I went to get, I was really gone for like 5 years. I had a full beard. Just in that time, I got up and walked off and came back. I was gone like 5 years. I just shaved and stuff before I got back, but I was only gone 25 seconds for y'all. This used to be my favorite album. The Annihilation of the Evil Machine. It was my first time dropping a double CD. As y'all can see, it's 2 discs. Disc 1 and disc 2. This is my favorite album for many years until I made this one. This one has surpassed the Annihilation of the Evil Machine, the Mind Vision. And the reason why is just because I guess when I start looking at the songs, a lot of these songs have been more impactful. Got songs on this album like Flowers, The Struggle Made Me Great, Secret War, song that got me in trouble. So I mean, it's a lot of little songs with little marks next to them because of the impact, I guess, at the time and moving forward, you know. But Connectivity is on this album? Yeah, it is. Good looking out, Emmanuel. Oh, another note. Not that y'all give a crap. But we got these. If anybody's interested in one of these, we got them in white like this with the green letters. These are green letters, in case you didn't know. And we got them in blue with the white letters. Now I ain't getting ready. I'm not gonna play with y'all because y'all know how our history with shirts. Y'all always ask me about shirts. Then when I get shirts made, y'all don't buy them. But I'm gonna give you the option anyway, because I love y'all. So I'll put them on the website. If y'all want to get a shirt, we'll make it happen. I'll put the information up, half. Hold on, man. Aaron Casanova is in the building. Aaron Casanova was at the show last night, repping in San Antonio. What's up, A to the C? We got a lot of people that's in here that was repping, that was in the building last night, man. San Antonio, salute to y'all. We coming for Austin next. Austin, Waco. Shout out to my homie OC out there in Waco. I know we'll see him when we come out that way. Jason Jones, what's the plan? Kevin Robinson Jr., salute to you, my brother. Kevin Robinson said, I just subscribed to the Legends 34 podcast. I have to check out the Cadillac Anderson interview. Yeah, man, go check out the interview with Cadillac. I think you're going to like it, Kev. I think you're going to really enjoy it. We enjoyed it just interviewing him because, you know, he gave us so much behind the scenes insight on stuff that we didn't even really know. You know, Cadillac had a great career, man. He played in the best era to me. If you played against the Birds, the Magics, the Jordans and all that, the Olajuwons, Barclays, you played in that era, to me, that's some legendary stuff, man. Yeah, when I got up to get these CDs, I was only gone for 15 seconds. But in my world, I was gone for 5 years. Lady Trill said 10. Idiot did that. Who are artists you look up to? I know this probably has been answered before. Oh, yeah, that's easy, man. You know, I'll start and work my way up. Hit the like button. Let's get to 100 likes early, y'all. Click the like button if y'all haven't already. Curtis Blow. I'm starting at the beginning. Of course, when I heard the Sugar Hill Gang, I'm going to name some people that y'all are not going to be familiar with that are big influences on me to this day. Like I said, Curtis Blow, Melly Mel, Super Rhymes, Jimmy Spicer. I'm going to give y'all some homework. I want y'all, when we get off this, to go look up Jimmy Spicer and listen to a song called Super Rhymes. Super Rhymes is one of the original storytellers of rap. He's one of the artists that made me want to like write story raps. So Super Rhymes, Jimmy Spicer. Run DMC, LL Cool J, KRS-One, who's my favorite rapper. Rakim, Big Daddy Kane, Scarface, Too Short, Ice Cube, Willie D. Who else? Tila Rock. Can't forget Tila Rock. Come on, man. Space Kid says, I love you, K-Rino. Me and my mom love you. Well, tell mama I said I appreciate the love. When I got 2 generations, boy, y'all can't tell me nothing. 5 more likes, we at 100, y'all. To all the people that are new, we have a small, humble community. We welcome y'all. When you come into our small, humble community, somebody gonna invite you in. We gonna cook. We gonna warm. We gonna heat you up a bowl of grits. Sit you down by the fire. No, we ain't got no fireplace. We gonna make you some grits. Now the question is, do you eat sugar in your grits or just straight salt and pepper? Uh-oh. Let's play, man. Sugar or no sugar? How y'all like y'all grits? I don't eat grits no more, but how y'all like y'all grits? LGA, who are you? Aaron Casanova says the Maven and Deep Program. Oh, man. Deep Program is up there. Two more likes, we at 100, y'all. Uh-oh, here we go. Phantom Face say I'm too legit for grits. Miss Lady sample brown sugar and butter. Is it butter and sugar or salt and pepper? Because, boy, they be going to war behind that. Salt and pepper. Jason Jones, you never had grits? You black? Jason, you black? I'm serious. I want to know. If you a brother, you ain't never had no grits? You was eating malto meal? You grew up in the suburbs and had some malto meal, huh? I ate grits, but my favorite really was cream of wheat. I had an uncle that looked just like that dude on the box. Idiot says, I keep it savory. Tucker Smith, cinnamon. Come on, Tucker. Higher heights, salt and pepper all day. Lady Trill, gots to have sugar. Jimmy said, milk, salt, butter, no pepper. Oh, you kind of switched it up, Jimmy. No sugar? Yeah, I used to put a little milk. Michael Butte, Beaumont, Texas. Michael say, I used to use jelly. You put jelly in the grits? I've seen that before. I saw that before. Jelly in the grits, though? Man. One more like, we at 100. Demetrius, you in Chicago. You put cheese, cheese grits. Yeah. People rock cheese in the grits. I can't do cheese. I used to put eggs in my grits. I ain't seen nobody put the eggs yet. Y'all ain't put eggs in y'all grits? Hold on, man. Emmanuel say he putting shrimp in the grits. Shrimp and grits. Fish and grits, shrimp and grits, shrimp and cheese. Man, y'all remixing the hell out these grits. Appreciate it's getting over 100 likes early. Jason Jones. Okay, I know you never had grits. I knew you wouldn't black, Jason. I knew it. I ain't saying. I'm not saying, y'all. Y'all man say, what you trying to say? I'm trying to say that 99.99999% of all black folks have ate grits. And the other 0.00000000001, they ain't old enough to try them yet. Hold on, wait a minute. You gotta be joking, man. You're not putting no soy sauce and no barbecue and no grits. Whatever makes that sugar brown is too good. Sugar's terrible for you. I'm just going old school. Higher heights, salt and pepper all day. Man, y'all putting all kind of stuff. Y'all putting soy sauce in the grits? Man. Y'all gonna be putting peanut butter in the grits. I like to put a little ranch dressing in my grits. Y'all off the deep end. Is that Teo Diletto? Longest journey hit me the hardest. Same with imagination and deprogram. Hey man, salute to you. Is it Teo or Tao? Sugar and butter. That was me. I still put salt and pepper. I still put butter and sugar though. Cheese grits. MKM Bottom said cheese grits. Kerrygold butter specifically. Kerrygold butter. What is that? I never heard of Kerry. That's a brand. Jason said, I'm a picky eater. I am too these days. Cream of wheat, man. That's mine. I could use some cream of wheat right now. Like when you've been under the weather, that hot steaming cream of wheat. I just don't want. I've been falling back on the sugar. Palusha is polar. I can't see the whole name. Thank you for the donation. I appreciate the love. Where you from? I used to put sugar in my rice. Peanut butter and grits is straight jailhouse style. They do that? I was just joking. Palusha, appreciate the love. Let me know where you're from. Twice, I appreciate the love. Make sure I ain't saying your name. Arthur Johnson say, yeah, it's actually good. What's actually good? The peanut butter? Man. It's so many people on the planet, man. Everybody do everything their own way. You can't even make a joke because it'll be real. Some people like to put mayonnaise in their grits. And you be joking, somebody gonna say, yeah, I used to do that. Marvey 2.2 says, do you ever listen to Caribbeans like Bounty Killer, Bravado, Tommy Lee Sparta? Familiar with Bounty Killer. I listen to a lot of old school reggae. Gregory Isaac, Still Post. Hey man, if you ever wanna make yourself happy, I'm finna give y'all a key to making yourself happy. And you can do it tonight. It ain't something you gotta wait to do. Go listen to an album by a group called Still Post. It's a reggae group called Still Post. and the album is called Earth Crisis. Just go play that album. Go get on YouTube and just play it and let it play. Thank me later. Especially if you're a reggae fan and you might not know who Steel Pulse is. But even if you do, then you'll know. Palusha, I appreciate the love once again. Haston, I appreciate that. Said I vote in town election. Never for government. Yeah. Yeah, no question. Jovan says define, is that temporal parietalis? Temporal parietalis. I can't define that. Now, if you want me to cheat and sneak and go Google it, maybe, but nah, I can't say that I know the definition to that, nephew. Help me out though. What is it? I want to know. Darryl Dixon, what really happened with Pimp C? What do you mean? Lady Trio, can a black family work after being separated for years? What do you mean? Be more specific. Can a black family work after being separated? If they were separated, they wasn't a family. So you got to be more specific than that. Uh-oh. Dan Santana says, I was watching the Twilight Zone while you were gone. When I went and left, came back, you could have saw a marathon in my world. You say you got a messy storage space. Shh, boy, do I. I straighten it up sometimes. Open topic, y'all. Jada Flow says, I don't have a set belief on God. It changes as I learn. To me, God could be what Carl Sagan said, could be an advanced alien race trying to grow, could be anything, but I never saw God as nothing. Well, anytime we hear the terms could be, might be, possibly, then a lot of times it just indicates that we really don't know or we're not sure. If God were to be an advanced alien race, so you're putting God in the plural, which in a sense has some merit to it, because us as being the people of God, we are God body. We are the body. We make up God in a plural form. But I am one of the people who subscribe to the belief of a supreme being, one singular supreme being who has power over everything and everybody. Not that it being an alien race or being a race of people who are equal in the force and power. No, one supreme being. God could be anything because there are many gods, many ways to be a god, many types of gods, and all of them ain't good. So if I am addicted to crack cocaine and all I want to do is lay up and smoke crack, that's all I want to do. I don't think about it. No, my mind is consumed with just crack, crack, crack. When I wake up, crack. go to sleep crack. I don't want to eat. I don't want to drink. I just want crack. Crack is now my God. I'm worshiping the crack God. But that don't make it a good God. Anything that you give your allegiance to, anything that you have dedicated your mind, soul, and body to, is become a God to you. I believe in one supreme being. I wrote 2 books. Totally hypnotic. What guidance can you give to the future generations in regards to the current state of our divided union? Let me think about that for a second. The future generation, I would feel more comfortable trying to guide the current generations, or try to give some advice, if possible, to the current generations. Because if we don't guide the current generation, the future generation ain't got a chance. But to answer the question, we got to gravitate to God. To segue from the last topic, we got to lead our children to God. Now I know people say, man, it may be easier said than done, or it might sound generic, but that's what our mothers and grandmothers did to us. And even those of us who might have went astray for a little while, we never lost that connection for the most part. And a lot of us doubled back and ended up coming back, returning back to God anyway. So I want to lead them to the God, because they're being led to the slaughter following satanic order. When I re-up, I got you, Michael. I'm a whole one, man. Y'all don't know about these shirts. Y'all got me again. Dan Santana somewhere, yeah. Okay. The homie K Love, aka Young Old School TV, been deep diving into the lands stolen from the native Indians. Perfect example of the contracts and legal verbiage used by the Niven government. Yeah, the white man made countless treaties, laid out countless little treaties with the Native Americans, and broke every last one of them. So yeah, we living on stolen land, and they broke those people all the way down to just being on reservations, and you can't hardly even see a Native American hardly these days. You're not just gonna run into one in Walmart. But we talked about that many times, that America is stolen land. It's built by thieves and killers and murderers and robbers and rapists. It's where we are. That's why it's getting tore up. Am I coming to Wisconsin this year? I plan on it, because one time I did a live and all the homies, Torrance, and they was like, yeah, man, Wisconsin. So I just want to find a location, find a city. And I don't need but 50 of y'all. I don't need but 50 of y'all to show up. We get 50 people, we sell 50 tickets. I'm on my way. Yes, I'm on my way. I'm mighty glad to stay. Open topic number 96. What y'all got on y'all mind? The Spurs did sign Chris Paul today. Doug, we got to get on that. The Spurs signed Chris Paul, man. He gonna help Wemby, man. He probably won't be there but a good year, but that's going to be good for Wemby. And it's going to be good for y'all draft pick, Stephon Castle, to be under Chris Paul. Yeah. Shank, what's up, Shank? ATX in the building. Man, you went but an hour away, Shank. You should have came to the show last night. Palusha is polar, only tiny flower. Man. Now, Teo, to let old number love, man. You're more than welcome. Anytime. Robert Rodriguez is in this building. Brad Spitz. Ooh, Cool G Rap. Yeah, I can't forget about Cool G Rap. Let me catch up, man. Golly, I'm behind. I'm not gonna get behind like that. No more. I'm still seeing comments about the grits. Gotta catch up. Used to get bullied for eating cream of wheat. Damn, that was a hard neighborhood. They had to bully me too. Stuck on you. Uncle G, I see you. Wyatt Brownie 23. Hey man, Wyatt Brownie said, I just subscribed. Love the channel. Washington State in the building, near an Indian reservation. Appreciate that, Wyatt Browning. Make sure you have your notifications on. So click that bell and become a regular, man. I love to see all of y'all every day on my everyday videos commenting, and I give y'all way more game on a daily basis in my little short videos. Way more game. Yeah. Appreciate that, Mike. Mike say you always put, I'm trying, man. Who's that lady? Who's that lady? Beautiful lady. Who's that lady? Real fine lady. Pola is from Poland. Okay, cool. Okay, wow. Yeah. Okay, I asked earlier on, if a toxic relationship between baby mother and baby father, as the young people say, ends because of constant disagreement, do you think years later they could come back and reconcile? You mean reconcile as being together in a relationship, or reconcile in terms of reaching a point of peace where y'all can co-parent? Which one? You talking about, are we gonna be together and be in love, and or are you talking about, look, we got to raise these children together. We can't be clashing and bumping heads every time we come into contact. We got to reach a middle ground. We got to reach a space where we can get along for the sake of our children. Clarify that part, then I can answer the question. Do you believe that dead is dead and heaven and hell is the life a person lives? You must have heard my song. I got a song called Heaven and Hell, man. Just go listen to that song. But to answer your question, yeah, because I believe in what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said. Plain and simple. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said there is no afterlife. That's an unpopular concept to people who have been raised to think the opposite all our life. Many of us who were raised as Christians, like I was, raised up in the Baptist church, even some Muslims, a lot of different people believe that you die and then your spirit ascends to this place that some will refer to as the afterlife, heaven, and you dwell there forever if you was good, and if you was bad, you die and your spirit descends down to this place of torture and torment in eternal flames called hell, right? Well, according to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, when you die, you basically fade to black. That's it. There's no place you go. Now, this vessel that you see, that we see, this outer shell that we see everybody walking around, it cages your essence. It cages your spirit, your soul. And that does return to its source, which is God, but it's not in some magical place where you're going to be reunited with your grandma who died when you was 14, or where you're going to be reunited even with your dog Scruffy. Scruffy's even going to be there. Your homeboy that got killed in the shootout when y'all was teenagers, he's going to be there. No, we don't believe that. And people have asked me this before, but the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that we have, I'm paraphrasing, we have greatly diminished our lifespans as people. So to see people die at 30, to see people die at 80, and somebody pass away at 80, we view that in the modern day as, wow, he lived a nice long life. We just lost the great Willie Mays, the great baseball player. He was 93. In this modern day, we say, oh yeah, Willie Mays lived a good old life. He almost made it to 100 years old. But we have prophets and men that live 300, 400, 500, 600, 700 years of age at a time in history. Many people take issue that, oh man, that's not true, that's not legit. Donald Elijah Muhammad said our bodies were we can live up to 1,000, we can max out at 1,000 years. But it's too much poison in the world that contaminates and prohibits our potential to do that in this day and age. Because we always talk about what they do to the food, the lifestyles, the food, the drink, the atmosphere, everything that they do, the water, everything they do speaks more towards destroying the lifespan than it does to extending the lifespan. So if we were maxing out and living 3, 4, 5, 6, 700 years, we wouldn't have to rely on a concept of being floating up to this place called heaven after you die. You would have been on earth so long, you would be ready to die. And he said that's how the prophets died. He said they chose when they were ready to die. They just started demonstrating bad eating habits and went along. So no, I don't believe in that afterlife. I believe in a hereafter. I believe in a heaven on earth, a heaven where you can actually experience it while you're in the physical form in this realm. People live in that right now. That's a good question. All right, y'all. Palusha, I appreciate you, man. You blessing my game tonight. Emmanuel say you're gonna buy a shirt. Everybody's gonna buy a shirt. Raise your hand. I don't trust y'all. No, I know who Harry Mack is, but I don't just listen to him, Jason. Hector says Aztec America down south. Teo DeLetto, all suffering derives from the ego and choosing to suffer whether you are conscious or unconscious about it. Totally Hypnotic says we can sell hundreds if we work together. I agree. Where you at, Totally? What city you in? Who's that lady? Hold on, Mike. How you become a Celtics fan? Where you born and raised in Texas, Mike? I hope you ain't just one of them people that say, I'm a Celtics fan now that they win, like a lot of Warriors fans did. Let me see. I got a few hands up that said they's gonna get a shirt. I got a song, Idiot. I got a song called The Man Who Lived Forever. I want y'all to go listen to that. Who's ever heard that song before? I got a song called The Man Who Lived Forever. Y'all go listen to that song. Because a lot of people say, man, I wish I could live forever. Do you? It's a lot to think about. If you were given the power and God just said, you live forever, you'll never die, would you be happy with that? A lot of questions you got to answer. Would you age? If you live forever, but you continue to age, would you be happy with that? Curtis Slides in the building. It's open topic, Curtis. Phantom Face says, what is man's greatest invention? I believe that God is a man. So if I can remix it a little bit, I feel like God's greatest creation is the man that he created in his own image. But if you're talking about us Negroes down here as far as man's greatest invention, I got to think on that one. What do you think about Biden and Trump's debate? Dr. Naka, you got to go listen to the live I did Friday. I went in detail on that. All I know one thing though, I'm gonna repeat this part. Your boy Joe ain't all the way there, man. Joe ain't there. Joe barely hanging on, man. Joe be like, Joe barely hanging on. I don't even think that Joe, you can never speak to what a man's aspirations should be. Man got the right to be and dream whatever he want to dream to be. But I almost feel like they making Joe run again because he already won the first time. So they're like, man, you got to run again. You can't just, because Joe is just not there most of the time. Joe can barely articulate. And I promise, I'm not saying this in a mocking way. I'm not saying this to be disrespectful or talk crazy about the man. I'm just saying Joe can barely get it out. And sometimes it seems like he loses his thoughts. Sometimes he like staring into space. I saw the clip where at the end of the debate, Trump just walked off that way. When it was over there, like, okay, thank you, good night. And Trump just said, all right, I'm gone. And Joe had to stand there, and his wife had to come get him, hold his arm, and he had to step, one step, two step. Like Joe barely hanging on, man. So me being the person that I am, that's like, I don't give a crap about either one of them and would never participate in that whole clown circus that we get tricked into participating in every 4 years. But my point is, I wouldn't feel comfortable. Trump's ignorance, just flat out natural born ignorance, just makes you like, if I was a voting man, I wouldn't feel comfortable with him. But I wouldn't feel comfortable with Joe just because Joe is just not there no more. Joe is hanging on, bro. So my dad wouldn't never let me watch them until the Lakers played them in the championship. Curtis Sly, what shirt? These shirts, man, we got these, my friend. We got these. I'll put the information up on the SPC site. Y'all want to order some shirts. Once they gone, they gone. I ain't got that many of them. Once they gone, they gone. So it's on a first come, first served basis. Said, who's that lady? Must be a special song. You ain't never heard that song before, Lady Trill? The Isley Brothers? Every time I see who's that lady in the chat, I sing that Isley Brothers song. They got a song called Who's That Lady? K2 off the record, I see you. OG critic. Yeah, JG, go bump that. Kevin says, have you already spoke on June 27th? Nah, I didn't. We did run a throwback episode of an interview we did with Big Pokey back when I was doing the radio show. If y'all go to the latest episode of the Underground Dialogue podcast, go watch the Big Pokey interview from a few years back. We just re-aired it on the Underground Dialogue podcast. And that was in salute of Big Pokey and a June 27th. I'll be one of the hosts of the Screw Fest, July the 20th. That's going to be a huge event. Y'all make sure y'all come support. Camilo says Hell was a god from Norse mythology. L said a young child found himself. He quoted the song. Y'all go listen to that. One thing is to be grateful. The other is to be patient. If you're grateful and patient, yeah. Open topic, man. Hear me calling out to you. There's nothing I can do. Look no. Have y'all ever thought about a physical store where we can buy SPC products? I did for a split second. Years ago, me and Murder One thought for a half second about opening like a booth up in King's Flea Market. But then I started thinking to myself, you know what? I know me. And I know I'm lazy. So I was like, I wouldn't do it. Yeah. On the mic with Terrence Beatty Sr. This open topic, my brother. What's the topic? The election? Nah, I mean, it's open topic. We've touched on it a little bit, but go ahead. You say you got something on election. Go ahead. What you got? We got a few people in here that will be maybe willing to engage. What link are you asking me? Am I dropping? Any new projects, Mr. Death Metal? Yeah, man. I'm finna put it in overdrive, man. Just gonna power back up this week, and then it's going down. It's going down. I'm getting ready to put out so much stuff and hit y'all with so much stuff, y'all ain't gonna be able to keep up. Y'all gonna be mad at me. Y'all asked for it. So yeah, y'all about to be mad at me. Jovan says, instead of looking at the race, value an individual's character instead. Instead of looking at the race, value an individual's character instead. It's not pigmentation, it's the actions that show otherwise. Yeah. Actions are also in some cases rooted in a nature that's naturally in a person as well. But yeah, you judge people by their works. Uncle G says, why is Clarence 13X rarely talked about by the nation? Well, I would guess, because I've never asked the question, I never asked any friends or ministers that I know in the nation about Clarence 13X in particular, but my guess would be, knowing how the nation operates to the degree that I believe I know, the Nation of Islam, under the leadership and guidance of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, is primarily concerned with moving us forward as a people and focusing on things that we have to do now to free ourselves down the line. So there wouldn't be any designated moments where it would be time to speak about Clarence 13X. Okay, now let's deal with Clarence 13X. Now, could his name come up while expressing or speaking about something, and where his name may be included to within the context of what's being talked about? Yeah, that could happen. But I also am confident that the rarity of the mentioning of his name is not rooted in any type of conspiracy. It's not rooted in anything that represents trying to hide something or cover something up or hate on nobody. I'm confident that that's not the case. If you are close to the nation, whether you registered, whether you are a supporter, visitor, if you're close to the nation or close enough to the nation, you already see the kind of moves that the Nation of Islam makes year in and year out, day in. It's so intricately detailed in terms of everything that the minister 13X is not something that a lot of time would be spent on. Respectfully, I say that. That's just my. I would love for somebody in the nation to magically pop up in here and correct me if I'm wrong or stand with me if I'm right. How do you feel about Player Fly taking a verse almost word from point blank? Situation critical. Everybody looking for. Well, I mean, I would have to hear it. What song is it? Because let me say this, Jason. A lot of our brothers from Memphis, from that area, man, they got number love for South Park Coalition, man. From 8 Ball and MJG, the 3-6 Mafia, Player Fly, all those greats, legendary Memphis artists, they rock with us. They always have, man. And a lot of them have made it no secret. And we made it no secret that we got love for them and we rock with them. So I would have to hear the context in which it was said, but I'm confident that if he did take some of the verse, it probably was a kind of like a respect thing, like a shout out like thing, like a can't find the right word, but I wouldn't think that it was nothing disrespectful. Player Fly is a legend. Player Fly is a dope MC in his own right. He don't have to try to steal nothing that he would know that people would know he got. So if he did that, he probably doing it like, man, I'm showing love. I'm doing this because I rock with Blank. I'm showing love. I don't think it would be nothing negative. Arthur Johnson says, do you think it's possible to live forever? Not in the physical form. You can live forever, but not in the physical form. The vessel is going to pass away. This is material. This is flesh, blood. This is bone. We are dirt, rock, and water. We are composed of dirt, rock, and water. So that's gonna pass on. But that's why what we do in the time that we're here is so important, that you will have long after you're gone, because now you ingrain yourself into the consciousness of people. So whether it be through actions that you carried out while you were alive, you are Muhammad Ali. They remember, history has documented all of the causes you fought for, whether you're Marcus Garvey, hell, even the evil people in the people remember the actions were carved into the consciousness of the people. You are a musician. You have made music that has affected and changed the world. You Marvin Gaye, you freaking John Lennon, you Tupac. So now generations, Bob Marley, generations who were not born at the time when you walked the earth, they have discovered your music. They had parents, you had parents and older siblings that exposed their children and younger brothers and sisters to that music. And now it's in them. then they do it to the ones that come after them. Now it's in them. So in that realm, you find us speaking about people who've been dead for hundreds and hundreds of years. You still talk about them in this modern day. How do we still speak about Yahshua, who was more popularly known as Jesus, and he walked the earth 2,000 years ago? How do we still speak about a man who lived 2,000 years ago with no social media? How do we still speak about Moses? How do we still speak about Malcolm X? I don't think nobody in this chat was born at the time when Malcolm was dead. If you were born before 1965, if you're in here now, it could be one, I don't know, but I don't think that nobody in this room right now was born before 1965. So if I'm correct on that, then that means that we were born into a world that Malcolm had already lived in and died in, right? So we had to be introduced to the man they call Malcolm, the man they call Martin Luther King. We had to be introduced. There are people who have children. If you have a 14-year-old child, 10-year-old child, 8-year-old, 9-year-old child, that means that your child was born in a time where Michael Jackson had already lived, became the biggest artist to ever live, and then died. That means your 13, 12, 14-year-old son or daughter never walked the planet at the same time that Michael Jackson walked the planet. But they know who Michael Jackson is. So you live through the consciousness of the people. The information is passed on. That's why somebody can tell you about your great granddaddy. So yeah, you can live forever if your impact was impactful enough, then you can live forever. Because if you do something great enough, they're going to talk about it forever. They're going to pass the stories down. But the physical, they got to go. Chris Slide, did you ever think about signing with Rap A Lot? Yeah, my dad had a meeting with Jay Prince years ago. My dad was my manager and my label founder back when I was a young buck. But we wanted to emulate what Jay Prince was doing. We wanted to be what he was at Rap A Lot. We wanted to be that on the South Side. So yeah, we never signed with Rap A Lot. We wanted to kind of stay on our own. But Jay Prince always been the type of dude that he seems to enjoy passing the game along. So if you come to Jay and you are seriously inquiring about trying to figure out how to get something done in that space, Jay will sit there and he'll give you some game. He'll sprinkle something on you. At least all the times I've been around him several times in life, and that's just how he rolled from what I've seen. Hapstein says, I challenge you to drop 11 albums at the same time. Hey, man, hey. Not gonna happen. That's a hell of a challenge. Have you ever worked with Big Tuck? No, I never worked with Big Tuck, but shout out to Big Tuck. Dallas OGs, legends. But you know I will. True Terriers 87. Said, call me Hines because I'm going to catch up. Jada Flo says, have you ever thought about how cities are constructed? All those road grids and square land lots just makes me wonder how you have to look at people to build things like that. Say, wonder how you have to look at people. It's some things I've heard about why they build the roads and stuff the way they do. A lot of it I've heard is connected to whenever or if ever or whenever civil war pops off in this country. Civil war meaning just anarchy pops off in this country. If they bring in like tanks and all that stuff into the inner cities and all, it being set up to where it would benefit them and exit routes and all that type of stuff. I've heard some talks on that. Michelle Wood says, judge by their thoughts also. I mean, Taylor, we trying to look at hopefully September, October for the SPC album. Have I ever been to a Pentecostal church? No. Miss Lady said, I've never been to a Pentecostal church. Is that your denomination? Dan said, y'all ain't never met Martin. Y'all ain't never met Martin Luther the King? You got to know where that come from to know where that come from. Ain't but a handful of people that's going to know that. Champion Hooper. All right, you're a champion Hooper. Instinct says, do you believe in generational curses? I do. No, I don't believe in generational curses per se. I believe in generational habits. I believe in generational mindsets. Now, there is a scripture that says the sins of the father will be visited on the children. So in that regard, we have to explore the merit of whether or not that qualifies as being placed in the same vein or the same language or the definition of a generational curse. Because I'm personally of the belief that if my father was evil and my father did a lot of horrible things, I believe that if I didn't want to go that way, I wouldn't have to go that way. And I can make my life a blessed life. Now, maybe that scripture means something deeper when they say the sins of the father visited on the children. Maybe it has deeper or multiple meanings. Maybe it's not as on the surface as we may take it. But this is merely me just tossing out some possibilities. But that's a great question. But I don't believe that just a whole family and a whole just generations are just doomed to be subjected to certain ills because of a generational curse. This is just how it's got to be because this is your family and y'all are cursed and it's gonna. Nah, I don't look at it like that. Yeah. He got a song called "Situations Critical." I mean, I go check it out, but like I said, I don't think it's no disrespect. Kevin know where that's coming to America. Who still knocks on doors, Justin? Michael says you have to get a strong concordance Bible dictionary to find things out. Also, words and meaning. Yeah, and even with that, you got to still dig because the way that they translate and touch and step on a lot of the scriptures, you almost got to be careful with that. I lean more towards the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. I lean more towards the Honorable Elijah Muhammad's teachings because he's always been a master and consistent at unlocking the meanings of the scriptures and what the scriptures mean and the things that we've always seen and it flew over our head or we took it as face value and it didn't mean what we thought it means. So I'm gonna get some teaching on that and I'm gonna come back to that. Miss Lady Sample says, I've heard Pentecostal churches in the South can be nuts, but I've always felt the most at home there. They are different because they believe in the gifts talked about in the scriptures. Look, I'm gonna tell you this. Whatever um, brings us close to the God Himself, it's not nobody's place to judge that path. And the child don't take to it. But then they can latch on to something else, something totally far out, and it's not nothing sick or twisted or cult like, and their whole behavior and attitude and mindset start to change for the better and all that. And I've seen that happen with people whose children joined the Nation of Islam. They grew up Christian and they done joined the Muslims and their parents don't like that, but you start to see how this young man is changed now and how he's respectful now and how he's upstanding now and working and he's a man now. And it's like, whoa, you don't have an objection anymore because you just want what's best for your child, whatever's going to bring your child to God. You wanted to bring him to God the way you wanted to do it, but your methods may not have been the right way. So somebody else comes along. You know how you have somebody and you telling them something and what you telling them is right and they don't never listen. And then a total stranger or somebody out of left field that's not even connected to y'all can come along and tell them the exact same thing that you've been saying all the time and they take right to it. But you know what we'll do? We'll get mad. Why you want to listen to him? I've been telling you. Instead of saying, oh, well, he got it. Guess it wasn't for me. Mike, come down next Sunday. Come to the mosque. Come be my guest at the mosque next Sunday, Mike. The homie Tragic is in the building. 11th hour entertainment. Straight out of Listowel. The Listowel legends. The Listowel legend himself. Super producer Tragic. Working his magic. OG Critic said generational mistakes. Dr. Naka says the roads are built specifically for military equipment. Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's like they set it up where when tanks come in, it's to their benefit. Charles 13X. Why is your head so bald? Because you know what they did, Charles? They invented these things called clippers. And when you take them and you run them across your head, it shaves hair off of them, off your head. And then when you shave off enough of it, sooner or later, your head is bald. Got it? You got it? You understand? Bubbles, the chimp, is 41 years old today. Michael Jackson had to get rid of Bubbles and said Bubbles was getting too aggressive. Them things are strong, man. You can't be walking around with no wild animals trying to domesticate. Jovan says, what are your thoughts on toxic masculinity? That's a really good question. First of all, there's no such thing as toxic masculinity is masculinity. That term was created by feminists and by people who want to try to suppress and eliminate the presence of a true manhood in our society. So they make any male who stands up as a man, speaks as a man, has the nerve and the audacity to oppose anything that goes against his manhood or goes against the principles of manhood. If you have the nerve to speak out against that, then now you are, it's toxic masculinity. Because the alternative preference by those individuals to what they call toxic masculinity, the alternative preference would be passive, submissive males. They want a passive, submissive male, a male who won't hold anyone accountable, particularly a female who's out of pocket, or a male who is co-signing out of pocketness. They don't like that. So if you out here simping for gain, brown nosing for gain, not game, gain, to try to advance or get close to a woman or try to get in with the women and try to, or you like a feminist that's pushing an agenda and you setting out to try to wage this war on true masculinity, to take away a male's innate natural mindset and nature to be a man, a real man, and not go for all that BS that they trying to pass over. You're toxic because you don't agree with the way we trying to punk men out. We are trying to punk these men out, and you actually out here trying to be a real man. You toxic. You're a problem. I don't want no man stand up like a man and telling us what to do. By that logic, we would accuse God of toxic masculinity if that's the case. God set up the order. He laid the order out. So a lot of the principles that exist within the very order that was laid out by the Most High, they would have a serious problem with God himself. God is masculinity. To do somebody's verse is showing love, in my opinion. Actually, more rappers should cover. It depends, though, Hafton. I ain't gonna lie, it depends, man, because sometimes people would do it as an homage, but sometimes these cats just be stealing, bro. They can't think of their own stuff, so they just fill in somebody else's stuff and steal somebody else. It ain't always just, see, rap, that's always been like off limits in rap. We don't do no cover songs in rap. Now, if somebody comes along and does it here and there, every blue moon, okay, all right. We saw Snoop do Lottie Dottie, that was dope. It's like, okay, yeah, Snoop did that, like, that was hard. But, okay, now, we ain't gonna get too much into that because we from the era of biting. We do that all the time. That's enough. And some people slick. Some people want to steal your raps, bro. They want to say it. You said it so good that they wish they would have said it. You said it so good, they wish they would have said it. So now guess what? Now they gonna say it. I'ma say it. And if you underground dude like me, and I say something, and then one of these big name rappers come along and they take something I said, and they might get the credit for it. And then they hear me sing mine. I'm minding my business. They say, "Oh, you stole that from." Hey, wait a minute. It's all about motive. Everything is about motives and intentions. It ain't what you do. People say it ain't what you do, it's how you do it. And that is true to a degree. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. But also, it ain't always what you do, it's why you did it. It's why you did it. So sometimes what seems to be a cool gesture. Oh man, that boy showed me love, man. It could be that. But it might not be that. It might be something else. Miss Lieber says, how has your sense of identity changed throughout your life? I mean, it evolves. You know, we young people, we grow up, we don't know who the hell we are. We don't know who we are as, you know, it's no way you can know who you are when you're 13 years old, when you're 15, when you're 18. We think we know it all. When I was 18, I was like, I got a pretty good grasp on it. You think you know it all. When you're 25, see, you don't realize how much you don't know until you get further and further away from that age when you thought you did know. So at 25, 30, I'm like, man, I'm 30, man. I've lived, man. Then you hit 50 and you're like, man, I ain't know nothing at 30. So your sense of identity changes because a lot of times we spend a lot of time through our life actually trying to find ourselves. Some people never do. That's why some people literally try their best to become somebody else. You see people all of a sudden they try to look like this person, dress like this person, walk like them, talk like them, rap like them, sing like them, crack jokes like them. You just jack their whole personality, the whole persona, because you don't know your own. You haven't locked in and become in tune with your own. That's the most beautiful thing in the world, to find your identity. And the earlier, the better. Lady Trill says, people with power can control forces. Well, I'm going to say this. If you are a God-worshiping, God-fearing, God-tuning in, praying person who is seeking a connection with God and is seeking protection from God, then you move throughout the earth with a sense in your mind, and an understanding and a faith and belief in your mind that God is going to fulfill those things I just mentioned by drawing you closer to him and protecting you from anything that wishes or seeks to do harm to you. So if there's an individual who say, oh, man, I'm in the voodoo. Oh man, I can put a root on you. I can put a mojo on you. I can do this. I'm into that. I'm into black magic. I'm into whatever. That individual, no matter what you might say or believe that oh man, I've seen them do it. that individual does not have, you giving that person more power over you than God. They got more power over you than God got over you. I stand on my connection with the God. God, like you know how they say, God got me. So if he got me, it's another saying that says if God is with me, I don't know why I'm saying it like that. But y'all taking too long. If God is with me, who can be against me? And when? Because they can be against you. No weapon formed against me shall what? Shall prosper. So all these things, somebody's against you. A weapon is formed against you. Didn't say the weapon wasn't going to form. It says no weapon formed against me shall prosper. Right? So at the end of the day, guess what? That is protection. So I'm not worried about somebody that got a K-Rino doll at the house sticking it with a pen. And I'm somewhere going, ooh. No, I'm leaning on my creator. I don't care what power and forces you got. Don't mean nothing to me. If the God allows you to do something, then that was his decision. But if he don't, I'm good. Hey man, y'all drop y'all locations, man. I've been on this thing for a minute. Y'all drop y'all locations. Aaron Albanese, No Happiness Without Resolution. Vincent Muller, I see you. Death Row Records. I'm shouting out new names, people I don't see all the time. Shout out to Pelusia, who been blessing my game all night. Keith Baker, creeping on the come up. LBP for mayor. Hey, Tragic. When is that? If you were still here, when does If You Were Still Here video drop? When does the video to If You Were Still Here drop? Kevin Robinson said they should interview you on Gangster Chronicles podcast with MC8 and Steel. Oh man, that'll be cool. My name ain't big enough to be on some of these podcasts. They like to go for the big name people. Texas Trader says, ye are all gods, children of the Most High. Yeah. The word evolve does have love in it. Lady Trill, I appreciate the love. Halfstein, I appreciate the love as well. Jada Flo says those 130 likes look good. Let's get some more likes. If y'all haven't hit the like button yet, click it for your big brother right now. Let me shout y'all out. What is Ach? Oh, is that Aki? Achki? Jason Jones in Minnesota. Lady Trill is in H-Town. FC is in Los Angeles. Totally Hypnotic, Washington State. Jason Jones, Rochester, Minnesota. Okay, to be exact. Chris Skaters in Melbourne, Australia. The Homie Instinct Hip Hop, Cape Town, South Africa. Ain't forgot you on those tracks either. Keith Baker said, exactly, bro. That's their way to do it, but you're way more powerful if you. Yeah, don't no outside force got power over me that I don't give them. Nah. Dan Santana's in Long Island, Strong Island in the building, New York. Matt Greer in Stephenville, Texas. Aristocles is in Eugene, Oregon. Miss Lady Sample is in northern Wisconsin. Dr. Naka here in H-Town. Phantom Face Final Columbus 614. Miss Lieber in H-Town by way of Chicago. My homie Jimmy out there in Anniston, Alabama. I need to come to Alabama and do a show. Marvin 2.2 Belgium. That's Christopher Cali from G-Town originally. Okay, Galveston in the building. Just Incredible Fantasy, the first man in the building tonight. Vancouver, you went the long stretch. Username is in Florida. Keep Baking, Flint, Michigan. Jada Flow, Curtis Sly, ATL. Yeah, man, it's late. I've been on here a long time. Texas Trader, Fort Worth, Funky Town. Much love to you, Jado. Kevin Robinson, Louisville, Kentucky. OG Critic in San Marcos, Texas. Man, OG Critic, you could right down the street last night. You was right down the street, man. Could have. I mean, Taylor, much love to you. I'm from H-Town, Keep. Okay, so you working on the tragic? Okay, all good. All good. Few weeks. Okay, that's a long way. Hafstein, Iceland. Freezer in Sydney, Australia. Man, we got them in the building tonight, man. We shouting all of y'all out. Kenneth Staffon, Rochester, Minnesota. The homie Michael Butte, Beaumont. Got to get up and hit it. I mean Taylor, Detroit for life. Vincent Muller, Hawaii. Yeah. The homie Daniel Gutierrez is in the building. Is that Ndab Nicholas, South Australia? Keith Baker, Mississippi. Jovan nephew is in Florida. Already. Hey, man, I appreciate the love, man. Let me get out y'all way. Blessings to y'all. Peace.